Have you ever wondered what it takes to truly rule the heart of the divine? Today, we are stepping back over 1,000 years to the vibrant landscapes of ancient Tamil Nadu to talk about a woman who did exactly that. She wasn't a queen in a palace, but a poet and a devotee whose voice still echoes through every temple and home in South India today. We are talking about Andal. She is the only woman among the 12 great poet saints of the Vaishnava tradition, and her life story is a beautiful blend of rebellion, poetry, and a love so intense it's described as sweet devotion. Our story begins in a small town called Srivilliputhur. A devout man named Vishnuchitta, who spent his days tending a sacred tulsi plant, found a baby girl lying beneath a sacred tulsi plant. He named her Kothai, which means beautiful garland, and raised her as his own. But Kothai wasn't an ordinary child. While other kids were playing, she was falling in love with the stories of Krishna. To her, the deity wasn't a distant figure. He was her intended husband. This led to one of the most famous legends in Indian history. Every day, her father would weave a fresh garland for the temple. But before he took it to the deity, Kothai would secretly put it on herself. She'd look in the mirror, asking herself, "Am I a beautiful enough bride for my lord?" Then she'd put it back in the basket. One day, her father caught her. He was devastated, thinking the offering was now spoiled by human touch. But that night, the Lord appeared to him in a dream with a message that changed everything. He said, "I don't want a fresh garland. I only want the one Kothai has worn because it carries the fragrance of her devotion." From that moment onwards, she was known by a new name, the radiant vine who wore and gave. Kothai's devotion wasn't just silent, it was incredibly vocal. She left behind two monumental works of literature that are still recited today, especially during the cold and misty mornings of the winter month of Margari. The first is her collection of 30 hymns known as the Tiruppavai. Imagine a group of young women waking up before dawn, walking through a sleeping village and calling out to each other to wake up and go worship. It's a call to spiritual awakening, written in a way that's both simple and deeply philosophical. It's often called the seed of the ancient scriptures because it captures the essence of faith so perfectly. But then there's her second work, which is much more personal and raw. It's her sacred word, where she expresses her intense longing to be with her Lord. There's a specific section where she describes a vivid dream of her own wedding, the golden decorations, the processions, the sacred fire. It's so iconic that even today, a millennium later, these verses are sung at traditional weddings. It's as if she wrote the ultimate anthem for the soul's desire for union. As she grew older, the pressure to marry a mortal man increased, but Kothai was resolute. She famously declared that she would not live if she were forced to marry a human. For her, there was only one, the Lord of the great temple at Srirangam. Seeing her unwavering resolve, her father took her on a long journey to that grand temple. The legend says that when they arrived, Kothai walked into the inner sanctum towards the deity she had loved her entire life and simply merged into a divine light. She didn't just become a devotee, she became Andal, the one who ruled over the Lord through her love. So why does Andal matter today? Beyond the religion and the miracles, Andal stands as a powerful symbol of female agency. In a time when women's lives were often strictly mapped out, she chose her own path, her own partner, and her own destiny. She proved that the bridge between the human and the divine isn't built with complex rituals, but with pure, selfless love. She remains the Nayaki, or the heroine of the winter season. Her hymns are not just old poems, they are living, breathing songs that continue to resonate in the hearts of millions. Thanks for joining me today. Next time you see a garland of flowers, think of Kothai, the girl who wore the garland and captured the heart of the universe.